Cell phones, car insurance, everything comes due.
That last woman you heard from, Inez Nicholson, she reached out to us about her situation. So we listened to her voice and found out she's a federal employee working with no paycheck. And now she's facing eviction.
This isn't the first late fee notice Inez Nicholson has gotten, but it may be the last one if she can't afford to pay her rent on time. I'm Rachel Henderson, and I spoke with this federal worker about how hard it's been during the government shutdown.
It's hard, but people need you.
Inez Nicholson's motivation hangs on her walls. Lately, the government shutdown's been hanging over her head. She's still showing up to work, but she's not getting paid.
I still go in knowing that someone still needs my help.
Inez is one of 1.4 million federal employees not receiving pay.
It's not just me.
It's happening during one of the longest government shutdowns in history.
We clearly understand the challenges caused by the government shutdown. Unfortunately,
She sent me this letter from the Social Security Administration to share with her creditors, including her leasing office. She read me the email exchanges she's had with her leasing office after sending the letter. They've left several late fee notices on her door throughout the month. This new one was outside after we left her apartment Friday. I stopped by the leasing office to ask questions, but they refused to comment. Inez risks an eviction notice if she can't pay off her balance by November 1st.
So you're prepared at this point to leave if you have to?
if I had to, I would. Now, where I would go at this point, I don't know.
Inez has called several agencies, including the United Way. I did the same thing to see for myself what the demand is like.
Anytime that we see these economic conditions changing, we're likely to see an increase in those calls.
Kara Moshik with the United Way says they've gotten over 200 requests linked to the government shutdown. A lot of the agencies they refer people to are out of funds.
For those folks in our community who have the ability to give and be generous, this is the time.
For the time being, Inez is just trying to hang in there. Rachel Henderson, KSHB 41 News.
Cell phone.
Okay. Shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasha'Allah, Koholoyim La Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakahakudash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. And just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Ahwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai to the best of their ability. This is Yachanan Nawah. Just coming at you with another quick lesson and praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And as you can see, man, this is no spring chicken right here. She doesn't appear to be super old, but she's an older lady. And as you always notice with these stories, is you never see a man. Never see a man in a home. They show, they flash the pictures on the wall, all those damn children. And, here she goes sitting there by herself. Like, who else do you have? You know what I'm saying? Like, she's saying that she don't even know where she gonna go. So where's your, I'm not saying everybody don't have family shit. Some people, are here dolo shit. Some people families just pass away and they really don't have no one else to fall back on. But shit, one of them pictures had like fucking 5 kids in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, where are these men at? Or not to say that, I don't know the lady full situation, but where's the man at? Where's your husband at? Now, he could have done passed away, okay? But a lot of the times that's not the case. And if he has passed away, you know what I'm saying? Somebody like this right here, I don't know, would have generally, these days, women are so damn selfish. Generally, with these particular government jobs, if you have someone that passed away, you would normally have them on some insurance, you know what I'm saying? Because they understand that there's a good payout if anything were to go down. But the thing of it is the whole dependence upon the, Esau. You can clearly see it. It's the whole dependence upon Esau. She's so dependent upon Esau to the point where she's scared to actually leave that job just in case the government shutdown, starts, it actually ends and now everything goes back to normal. So she's trying to wait that wait out all the way to the point of her losing her place. When if she has some damn sick time or whatever, PTO days or whatever you want to call it, she should have been, or I don't know. Fuck it, you at the crib, you know what I'm saying? You don't have no car. Some people be doing Uber. Some people go and do little, I don't know, shit, whatever the fuck, man, to keep some money coming. temporary employment agencies and shit like that. Shit, I don't give a fuck. Delivering some damn pizzas, whatever. Hey, a damn job at Burger King, McDonald's, I don't give a fuck. You got some funds coming through. But see, Eve don't think like that. She's probably thinking like, okay, week 1, all right, week 2. Now you're going into a whole damn month. This is the longest shutdown ever now in history, in the history of America. But mainly, our people, matter of fact, I'm already in Isaiah. Let me go back a couple of chapters. Verse 30. Slakia, Isaiah 30:1. It says, woe to the rebellious. It says, woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. And that's exactly what happens when you're into this, because it's idolatry, it's spiritual idolatry, it's spiritual adultery, when our people rely upon another source as opposed to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Now we get it that Esau is in control. This is his kingdom, and we have to rely on him as far as like the curses in Deuteronomy chapter 28, where it says we have to go to our enemy for want of all things. But being in this truth, you have the understanding that the Lord is in control of even your enemy that you have to actually go to get one of all things. So still, your source is Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Overall, your source is the Most High. But see, our people have forgotten that. They've just like, oh, well, no, let me go to the white man. I need medicine, I'm sick, let me go to him. I need this, let me go to him. I need that, let me go to him. And they don't pray. They don't pray to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Matter of fact, let me go to the next chapter, verse 1. Isaiah 31:1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. Now, I'm sure this lady probably praying, because our people do have a zeal for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, just not according to knowledge. But you know who she praying to? If she's not praying to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, she's praying to white Jesus, which is an idol. That's going down to Egypt for help, so to speak. That's Esau's God. That's his idol. That's the idol that he whipped into our people, during slavery. And our people have carried that shit on for hundreds of years, and still to this very day praying to a God that won't, that's not going to help them. And then also, let me jump over to the next chapter. It all goes together. Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. So you need to hearken. You need to listen. Because a part of what's got Jake into what we're in right now is Deuteronomy chapter 28, when verse 1, when the Lord says, hey, if you hearken diligently to my voice, you listen to what I'm saying, roughly paraphrasing, I'll place you above all the nations that are before thee. You know what I'm saying? All these nations that we're the bottom. We're at the bottom. We're the last. We're not even 17th place. We're not 16th, 15th, 14th. We're damn sure not in the top 5. We're dead at the bottom of this man's kingdom. All these other nations, they got their own thing going. Don't get me wrong, they have the poor of their nations, but hell, that's their nations. They're dependent upon each other, so to speak. They have their own things going on. They have their own military, their own hospitals, their own food banks, their own, way of life, so to speak. Here you go. We are situated in this man's kingdom, and throughout, scattered throughout the earth, man. We're scattered throughout all these people's nations, you know what I'm saying, continents or whatever, and we're relying upon the governments of these nations. And our people are not calling on Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. So, and that's very important to actually even know the name of the Lord, Yahweh, which means that he exists, or the existing one, and the true name of his son, Yahushai, which means that he's the savior or deliverer in the Paleo Hebrew, because our people are calling on white Jesus, and that's not the name of the Lord, and that is an idol, and the Lord is a very jealous power. He's not going for that shit, so he's going to put you through it, and that's what's going on with our people right now. Our people are being put through the ringer right now, man. And it's only going to get worse. This is just the beginning of this torment, man, this anguish, these tribulations, man. I was just reading that earlier, Hey, our people are gonna, hey, these tribulations and anguish that our people are about to go through is about to be real serious, and it's gonna be mainly with these women, because you women, you're single, you feeling like, I gotta have my own. I get it, you know what I'm saying, but you should have your own husband, and y'all have your own. Listen to what he has to say, following behind his, his instruction. He's your Lord, and the men, Yahweh Shai is our Lord. Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai? Because that's the order of things. You have the Father, Yahweh, you have the Son, Yahweh Shai, then you have the men, then you have the women, then you have the children. That's the order that the Lord set up, but not in this kingdom. The women are trying to be the head. They're trying to be the man. You see? This lady talking about, she don't know where she gonna go. What the fuck is you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. And it's about to get a lot worse out here. But this is verse 8. Oh, Salakia. Let me get verse 9 again. Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Because they're careless. They're very careless. They're not thinking, like, well, what if this goes on? What if this happens? What if this happens? What if this happens? If I got a man, I know at least I'll be secure to some extent. No, they going out here. They're not thinking about that. They're not thinking about, having all these damn kids by all these different men. They're not thinking about, tomorrow or the next day like that. Because they got a job and they just out here and just, it's just, whatever. Our people don't think about what's to come. They don't see, there's no vision with them. And the scriptures talks about where there's no vision, man, the people perish, man. Roughly paraphrasing. But it goes on to say, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Yeah, man, everything is failing right now. All those securities, all those places. See, remember when they used to be able to, I'm going through this. They can call up any agency that they want. See, women have always had that cushioning, that safety net. But now the safety net and the cushioning, that shit is all, people, hey, that shit is done. Because people will sit on phone. You got people that'll sit on the phone, man, for 12 hours listening to that bullshit music in the background just to get through. And first come, first serve basis when it comes to these services. They're tapped. So what are these women going to do now? What are you going to do now? You know what I'm saying? And it's only, hey, who knows how long it's going to happen or go on, man. Verse 11, tremble ye women that are at ease, be troubled ye careless ones, strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins, which means in a nutshell to repent, come down off that high and mighty horse. Because see, the Lord, he hates pride. The scriptures talks about pride coming before a destruction, a haughty spirit before a fall. The Lord hates pride, man. That's why we always say, well, it's best to read. It blesses the man that read. And get into the scriptures and what you'll find out is the Lord, he loves the humble. He loves the contrite heart. He loves he's not into heady people or high-minded people or prideful people, man. He'll break that shit all down. So you should be praying for a humble, contrite spirit, man. A meek spirit. It says blesses the meek, man. The meek shall inherit the earth. All that pride, look at me boastfulness. That 2 Timothy 3 and chapter 3 verses 1 through 5. Because you have a very boastful, prideful people in the planet right now. And the scripture says that, in the last days perilous times shall come. This is going to be the mindset of the people in the Lord. And no one is more prideful than Esau, the so-called white man, and the so-called black woman that have been, nurtured by his ass for the past whatever amount of decades. And she's been with him from the beginning, man, from the jump, going all the way back to Eve and the damn serpent, man. Verse 12, it says, they shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. So the teats is pretty much the breast, man, the tits, like a child being nourished. The supplements coming from the breast, from the woman, to build that child up. Until they get old enough, to come off the milk and eat solid foods and things of that nature. But spiritually, our women, they're on the tit of the so-called white man's economy, man, or his you know, they're getting those benefits. They've been able to get SNAP. I'm talking about, man, these women been living it up, man. I've come across some women, and they really just take it, you know, they don't even really, what's going on now? They don't even be really knowing what they really have. They take it for granted, I'll put it that way. I'm talking about real nice places, man. I brought up, I'm talking about freshly new, only person to ever live in this motherfucker, straight off the foundation, built up. There's places down the street from me that they built up. Beautiful. Now, a nigga like me be like, yeah, I'm, you know, man, they run off into them places, man, goddamn, next month, holes in the wall, stains all over the fucking walls, the carpet and shit is all fucked. I'm talking about beautiful place, nice places from the ground up. They the first people to ever move in them bitches, and their ass is only paying $30 a month, $20 a month, some shit like that. Here you go. You got a man out here. He's got his own place, and he's gonna be out whatever it is. He can't get no assistance like that. You know? But they got it on lock, man. They've had food stamp. They've been able to eat. They've been able to hit their man over the head for child support. They've been able to you know, get, you know, Medicaid or whatever the fuck. They everything, bro. I'm talking about every fucking thing. No problems whatsoever. Know the system in and out. Not expecting for anybody anything else other than them being taken care of monthly to be taken care of. That's it. They don't know no other than that. That's the reason why you got so many of them fussing online about what are we supposed to do, because they never thought about doing nothing else before. Motherfuckers been on that shit since they was babies. They get old and do the same shit they mamas was doing. They mamas was doing what their grandmamas was doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, they've been doing that shit for so goddamn long. Now all of a sudden that, you know, let me get this verse again. Verse 12, Isaiah 32 and 12, they shall lament for the teats. The word lament goes into crying, sorrowfulness, mourning. You know, they shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields. What's the pleasant fields? The pleasant fields is going off into them benefits. You know, it's like having, you know, being able to walk out into your backyard and just pluck an apple off the tree. You know, you're able to go and get you a couple of heads of corn, you know, some tomatoes and shit. You're going to make you a nice vegetable stew, you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You able to get that shit right out of your backyard, you know, type of deal. This is the makeup of Eve and the serpent, man. Where he's set her up. But guess who can't get none? The man. The man gotta work all super fucking hard. He gotta go through all kinds of shit to get to fill his plate. And he'll go and work. He'll give his woman some of the money that he done made while she getting all the benefits, and this bitch won't even make him a plate of food. She won't even cook for him. You know, and she'll throw that nigga a TV dinner into the motherfucking microwave while she kick back. Hey, so the shit is over with, man. I mean, it's really, it's saddening, but at the same time too, you know, hey, they've been warned, man. The men of the Lord have been warning you women, especially, because you're the weaker vessel. But the man, Esau, he has told you that you're equal with other men, and you're not. You're the weaker vessel. I seen a video of this one chick. I guess she was talking about calling her baby daddy. Now, mind you, she got a man living with her, but she's short on rent. She done lost her job or whatever. And she's calling her baby daddy, like, can you help me out with rent for a couple of months until I get back on my feet? And the dude, like, you know, well, shit, where your baby daddy at? And she like, well, he, whatever. He was like, well, shit, I'll tell you what, I'll do you one better. I'll take my daughter for a couple of months until you get back on your feet, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We go back to shared custody, whatever. This bitch went off on him. Like, what do you mean? You can't just help me with the rent? Well, why he got to help you with the rent for another nigga to lay up in the bed with you when he can just take his daughter? He got a place. He's straight. Let him get his daughter. Let him take care of his daughter, and you take care of your fucking business. But this is the world that you're living in. This is the type of mindset of Eve, man, because she's been so at ease for so long, and see, the Lord is snatching that safety net from under her ass. Now she's in a free fall. Now how you gonna land on your feet? You gonna land on your feet, your goddamn back, your neck, your face. Like being in one of those circus hookups and they on that tightrope and they doing them stupid ass flips and shit, and then you know, and they try and do the shit without the safety net. that makes it more exciting. The people be like, oh, they see these moves. I can't believe it. And then all of a sudden, that one day shit is off, and a motherfucker splat. He hit that ground and bounced in front of everybody. Now the parents is trying to cover the children's eyes from seeing that head cranium crack. But anyway, man, yeah, I just wanted to just touch on this, man, and see, the Lord will have you in derision, or he'll place that strong delusion over you, man. He'll laugh at your calamity. You don't think the DC, and this lady, I think, if you could see in the backdrop, or what she had the covering on her little couch right there, looks like Kansas City Chiefs. Hey, it's camps out in Kansas City. She probably done ran across the elders out in Kansas City, man, scoffing and shit. You know what I'm saying? And now all of a sudden she's sitting up here. Now again, this is not a spring chicken right here. She don't appear to be that old. She look like she might be in her 50s. But you don't hear about no man. And every man that she done ran across, I'm sure it's plenty of men. You trying to tell me you work at the I think where was that building at? Either way, you at a federal building. It's plenty of older federal, these men that work those federal jobs, man, that would love to have a nice lady. She probably calling every single last one of them niggas that she could. But them niggas not working either now. I'm sure she probably done got plenty of hits. All kinds of niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, let me get you lunch. Let me take you out for dinner. Let's chop it up this week. I'm sure it's plenty of people that she done came across. You trying to tell me you working a federal job and ain't no men there that you done came across that was attracted to you? But see, this is the thing. See, when they're living in that world of, that's the problem with a woman having a job. That's the reason why they're doing all the shit that they're doing. That's the reason why they're so fucked up. Because when they go out here and they like, that's kind of like the main component that makes them feel as if they don't need a man. Oh, I make my own money. So therefore, I don't, need you for anything because I can go and get robbed somewhere else anytime I want to. I can pay for my own rent. I can pay for my own car. Or, and it's just a world of, anyway. See all that shit, all that. I got a couple of niggas that I can call up whenever I want to call up. He'll take care of this. He'll take care of that. No, times are getting tough. And now all that stuff started happening during COVID-19 too. I remember COVID-19. Hey, motherfuckers just like, hey, hold up. No, I can't do what we was doing before. Shit, things just a little tight. I got to make sure my end is straight. I don't have no leisure money. I don't have no fuck off money, no blow off money. Or the blow off money, I gotta hold on to that there, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But I'm gonna end out there, man. So this is nothing surprising. You're gonna see a lot more of these stories. Generally, you'll see the younger women, you know what I'm saying? But hey, these older women are going through it too, and the senior citizens, they're going through it as well, because Social Security, it's a lot that goes into it. Just depends on what it is, but it's a lot of people that's going through it, man. You know what I'm saying? So, and mainly women, though, because they're the ones the women and children, and we've been saying this all along. The elderly, the women, and the children are going to be the ones that's most affected by everything that's to come in this kingdom, man. That's about to blow over, man. They're going to be, because they're the weaker vessels. They're the most vulnerable. So I'm gonna end out there, man. I pray that this lesson was edifying. With that, Kwam Yasha Allah and the Bible Boy. Continue on praying for the downfall of Esau Edom's kingdom. Shalom.